What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some news in Kane's living room and the depths of hell. God damn, it's so hot. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including this is really bad for WWE as SummerSlam is a flop, WWE going all in on CM Punk, prayers for Jim Ross, is WWE teasing a Shield reunion, WWE not interested in an AEW star, Sheamus says farewell to WWE, scrap Survivor Series plans, a WWE name risked it all for Sheamus, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on our new Facebook page. And now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Now first story looks at this is really bad as SummerSlam is a flop. Now the top story today looks ahead to this year's SummerSlam as there is an early indicator that this could be one of the biggest flops in WWE history. According to the reputable site WrestleTix, WWE's only distributed 22,069 tickets for night one of SummerSlam this year, and the show is only set up for 29,535 fans. Now don't get us wrong, whilst 22,000 tickets sold sounds fantastic on paper, this is a huge stadium, a stadium which can draw about 70,000 fans per night, and last year's show had 53,000 fans in attendance for night one. A drop of 30,000 should be a major concern for WWE. It looks like fans are finally starting to voice their opinions of the product by failing to attend the big shows. But night 2 isn't looking any better as reports are indicating that around 23,000 tickets have been distributed, and this is even more concerning as WWE sold over 60,000 tickets for night 2 last year. There's now concern from fans that WWE are going to act in a manner similar to how they reacted to the WrestleMania ticket sales. This year, WWE turned the low ticket sales into a bizarre angle with Pat McAfee. No one covers a shock to see them do something similar here. We also can't rule out WWE adding a random celebrity to the mix, and who knows, maybe even Jelly Roll will be the special guest referee for Obafemi vs Brock Lesnar inside a Hell in a Cell. I mean, we gotta sell those tickets somehow, right? Having Jelly Roll there is gonna move a ton of tickets, right? Next up, WWE going all in on CM Punk. As CM Punk is expected to be the face of SmackDown moving forward, now that he is the WWE Champion. And now we know a little bit more behind the scenes information on what led to the title win and ultimately what led to Punk being moved over to the blue brand. According to WrestleVotes, the plan is indeed to have Punk mainly be featured on SmackDown, yet he will still be making occasional appearances on Raw when required. Following CM Punk's return to WWE television and him capturing the undisputed WWE Championship, WrestleVotes on Fightful Select learned that the plan is for Punk to be primarily featured on SmackDown with occasional appearances on Raw when needed. The report also noted that the NBC Universal Network was pushing for Punk to move to the show, and WWE sources feel like Punk could help revive the SmackDown brand. According to sources at NBC Universal, the network has been pushing for more Punk on SmackDown for well over a year, as they view him as one of the WWE's premier stars. One source feels that Punk being on the show could help SmackDown pick up the momentum that has dipped in the last few months. A source within WWE Creative believes there are no indications that Punk's title reign will be short-term. But AJ Styles also addressed the reaction to the controversial title reign of Sami Zayn only lasting 9 days, and that it could lead to still something big.
I don't understand, and it's not for me to understand. I get it. I didn't write the show. I don't know what's happening, but I'm hoping there's an actual reason. And from what I've saw on the internet, you know, they backstage with Sammy after the match.
Yeah,
he's pretty pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see where this story goes before we start getting, you know, mad about everything that's going on. By the way, CM Punk looks like $1 million right now.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, there is a story that's happening. So before we get, you know, our panties in a wad and just, you know, be as negative as we get, let's see what happens. Because this may be a transition in where Sammy is a totally different character. And that might be what we need. There's things that can happen. So let's see where it goes is all I'm saying. Before we start judging and being mad, even though I didn't want a transitional champion, let's see where it goes.
There's no denying that SmackDown really needs a ton of work, and hopefully WWE has a clear creative plan in place to make SmackDown a must-see show again. Next up, did CM Punk push for a match? Finn Balor was interviewed by Chris Van Vliet this week, and one of the things he discussed was his 2026 feud with CM Punk. According to Balor, Punk was not a name that he interacted with prior, but he had heard total horror stories from other wrestlers. Punk is someone I'd never really interacted with much. I actually only met him once at Samoa Joe's wedding. I'll go on record as saying I heard horror stories about Punk being this asshole, being difficult to deal with, being this big-headed guy that no one wants to work with. And then when he came back to WWE, it could not have been the opposite. I met this guy who was humble, polite, wanted to work with people. In a huge revelation, Balor would state that he believes that Punk went to WWE management in order to get the world title match in Ireland signed off. I'm pretty sure he went to the office and he said he wanted this match. I don't think it came from the office, I think it came from Punk. The way that it unfolded, like that match could have been anywhere. It could have been in any random city in the US, but it was in Belfast, like my home country. It was my mom's birthday the day before, so she was there and we'd done the match. The crowd reaction was unbelievable. And this is awesome to hear. Now that both names are on the blue brand, WWE has the opportunity to run the match back if they choose to. Next up is WWE teasing a Shield reunion. Now are WWE actively teasing a Shield reunion? Well, yesterday WWE re-released the official Shield t-shirt from 2013. And fans on social media are going crazy with theories and speculation ahead of SummerSlam. This is the first piece of merchandise linked to Dean Ambrose in years, and some believe that it's a sign that he could be returning to the company, potentially even at SummerSlam. Unfortunately though, Ambrose remains under AEW contract, so a SummerSlam appearance isn't remotely possible. Nevertheless, it's great that WWE is celebrating one of the greatest factions of all time with new merchandise and not trying to erase Dean Ambrose from history. Next up, prayers for JR. Jim Ross noted on his podcast this week that he's suffering from memory loss and he will be undergoing brain surgery. He mentioned on his podcast,
I feel pretty good. I think I'm getting better every day, but still got a ways to go. I can't drive yet, all that stuff. I'm cutting back on my appearances. I got one big one coming up in Minneapolis in a few weeks. So I'm just battling. I'm getting ready to have another surgery, brain surgery this time. And that's going to be an adventure because I don't think they're going to find much.
Oh, God.
In my brain. So
Ross went into what the procedure entails.
This procedure that I'm getting ready to have done, I think it's called a shunt. Is that right? Shunt?
Okay, yeah.
It'll go from my brain. I don't know where else it'll go, but it's going someplace to get that fluid off my brain that's making me not remember stuff.
Okay. I got you.
So it's fairly serious. I always thought that anytime they open your skull up and that it's a serious piece of business, and it certainly feels that way. So I'll get it done and a short hospital stay and limp back home and heal up. So that's my options. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to heal up.
We'd like to extend our best wishes to Jim Ross. Our prayers are with you. Next up, SHEAMUS says farewell to WWE. Now it seems official as SHEAMUS is now left WWE. After being moved over to the alumni section on WWE.com, SHEAMUS took to X with this message: banger after 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 banger, slan mo WWE Cherde. I think that's how you say it, but it roughly translates to goodbye my WWE friends. Now, rumors that SHEAMUS could be ending up in AEW, but the reaction hasn't been great so far from the AEW locker room, feeling that SHEAMUS' style just doesn't fit in with the promotion. However, whatever he goes on to, we're wishing him the best of luck. Next up, WWE plans revealed. The WWE's next Saturday night's main event special is set for 8 days' time, and as things stand, only 2 matches are confirmed for the show. According to WrestleVotes, the show is going to possibly feature numerous NBA sports stars, and multiple players are likely going to be in attendance. WrestleVotes on Fightful Select learned that WWE has extended invitations to several members of the 2026 NBA champions, the New York Knicks, to attend Saturday night's main event at Madison Square Garden on July 18th. There are indications from those within WWE that multiple players are expected to be in attendance. In relation to what the role of these players will be, it's looking likely that they're going to be involved with Danhausen. WrestleVotes was told that WWE previously looked into the possibility of NBA Finals MVP Jalen Brunson playing a role at Saturday night's main event, with several of those creative pitches involving Danhausen. Now, whilst these appearances definitely make sense, WWE needs to add more matches to the show, as just a 2-match show is incredibly underwhelming. Well, we now know that new WWE Champion CM Punk will be appearing on the show in some capacity. Punk's official dates for the summer were dropped yesterday, and next weekend's show is included. Punk only has 2 editions of SmackDown to set up a match for the show, so it's hard to work out what the plan is going to be here. Next up, scrap Survivor Series plans. Last year, it was widely reported that WWE was considering taking their fall staple Survivor Series on the road. Reports indicated that WWE wanted the annual show to be an international event in 2026, however it looks like these plans have now changed. According to WrestleVotes, these plans have subsequently fallen through. Sources indicate to WrestleVotes on Fightful Select that at one point in late 2025, WWE was exploring the idea of the 2026 Survivor Series PLE taking place in an international location. Those plans have since fallen through over the last few months. The report added that this is the primary reason why no location has been announced yet, and they know that Boston won't be hosting the event. One source believes that is the primary reason why there is yet to be a date or location announcement for a 2026 Survivor Series. WrestleVotes added that Boston, Massachusetts made a push to host the 2026 PLE, but similarly to the negotiations for John Cena's last match, the negotiations with Boston fell through when it came to the financials. It's also not been made clear whether or not War Games will be returning this year. There's been a push from fans online to see WWE move away from the format, yet it's a big moneymaker for the company, so it's possible they want to keep it running. Next up, New Vision member breaks her silence. A New Vision member, Maxine Dupree, has now broken her silence on why she decided to join the faction. Dupree's involvement in the group had been teased for months, and during an interview with Complex Scraps, Dupree stated that she wanted to be around for the best of the best. I mean, have you seen Austin Theory? I feel like the answer is pretty clear. I want to be with the best of the best. You're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with, and I'm going to surround myself with the best. But Dupree would also state that she felt betrayed that Otis and Tozawa were going to go back to Chad Gables, so this has likely wrapped up her involvement in the Alpha Academy. Next up, a WWE name risked it all for Sheamus. And more information is being reported relating to the WWE exit of Sheamus. Sheamus was released from the company last weekend, and according to WrestleVotes, an unnamed high-level member of the WWE office went to bat for Sheamus. Fightful Select first reported earlier this week that Sheamus is departing WWE as his contract is expiring. He rejected a restructured contract extension. WrestleVotes learned that an unnamed high-level member of the WWE office went to TKO and went to bat for Sheamus. There's a lot of speculation relating to who this name could be, as Sheamus had a lot of close friends behind the scenes. It was also reported that this unnamed individual went into the value that Sheamus brings to the company that stretches beyond his in-ring contributions. When it comes to the former WWE Champion wrestling in AEW, it was reported that a person close to him believes he would welcome the idea of competing for AEW, even if it's on a short-term basis, and if the right situation presented itself. And finally, WWE not interested in this AEW star. Our final story today looks at the AEW status of Jack Perry, and it's finally been revealed whether WWE are trying to sign the talented star. AEW's re-signing of Perry was confirmed earlier this week, and now it's been reported by WrestleVotes that WWE had little interest in bringing Perry into the field. WrestleVotes on Fightful Select learned that on the WWE front, there were little to no discussions about the possibility of pursuing Perry in the case that he entered free agency. Sources indicate that there was never much of an appetite to bring Perry into the company. The prevailing feeling was that he didn't fit in WWE's current landscape and was never viewed as a realistic target. As we all know, Perry was involved in a heated confrontation with WWE Champion CM Punk a number of years ago, so Perry coming into the company would have been interesting to say the very least. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.